Show your bling and let me show your bling and let me show your bling.
Hello, 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 hello. What is not muted? 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 Oh, I think I found it now. Sorry there. My schedule. I was looking at my schedule, but apparently my stream starts talking when I'm looking at the schedule. So yeah, I think I found it. Let's listen to this music some more.
Show your bling and let me shine you.
But yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. It's a little bit of an impromptu stream. I'll be right with you. Gotta make sure everything is working now. I think everything is working now. So yeah, sorry, this is a bit of an impromptu stream because yeah, I found out the Oblivion Remaster is going to announce its stuff in about 25 minutes. But yeah, I'll be right with you.
Show your bling and let me shine you.
Damn it! Let me make sure that you can still hear me, man, because, you know, I have to be careful. Apparently, my headset can stop working at any time. Rata. So yeah, welcome nobody. Everybody is probably watching their favorite streamer doing this, or at least a favorite streamer that has an Oblivion past. But I don't mind, I just want to look at this and I want to have my first just chatting stream, so... Rum bum. Dum dum da dum dum. You know, while we wait, let me show you what we're waiting on, actually.
Juice. Who's got the juice? Smooth.
It's still 21 minutes until the announcement, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna... Oh wait, I don't have to go anywhere, it's right here next to me.
Keep it smooth.
I'm gonna roll a cigarette.
Got to keep it smooth.
You know, like, can I do the smoking thing?
Got to keep it smooth.
Let me see. I could actually put it on so that I can smoke on stream. Hey. Let's see, how do I do that? Content classification. Drugs intoxication and excessive tobacco use. Alright, let's put that on, then I don't have to worry about it, eh? Done.
You picking up on what I'm throwing down? Pizza.
So yeah, Oblivion, man. Maybe I should put on some Oblivion music, but I don't know, like, it might be copyrighted. I never got that, or how some of the greatest music in video games is not copyrighted, so I don't know how it works. I guess it's just because otherwise every game thing, like game clip, would be auto-claimed by the artist which made the song or something. While I'm here, let me take a check on my channel. That's all good.
Got to keep it smooth.
Burp.
Got to keep it smooth. Here, funky. Got to keep it smooth.
Yum, yum. So yeah, like Oblivion, I'm pretty excited about it. Like, as some might know if they've seen my channel before, I said it a while back. All right. Also, let me switch songs here because this one is, you know, it's very, how do you say, like, it gets you ready for a party. But you know, it's Bethesda we're talking about. Let's not get too hasty here. Let's not be too hasty with our celebrations just yet. Good old RuneScape will do. So let me get this back up. There we go. So yeah, like little Jazzman lore here. I played Oblivion back when it was new. It was one of the first PS3 games that I've ever played. I think together with Lord of the Rings the two towers. Like those two games are the stuff I remember, because I think we didn't get a PS3 on day one, you know? We got one a few weeks or a few months after the release. And yeah, the first games I remember playing on that thing was Oblivion or not Oblivion Remastered, the Oblivion. And Lord of the Rings Two Towers. And I've always had a soft spot for Oblivion because I also tried Morrowind back in the day, but we didn't really have a gaming PC. But you don't need a gaming PC to play Morrowind. But the problem back then was, you know, I was just a little kid that was a little bit too dumb, and I could read English by then, but you know, the Quama Mines, and they have all these fancy names for places like Balmora and Caius Cosades and blah blah blah, and you know, it was too advanced for me at the time. We didn't really get the point of the game. You know, like spell making. I hear spell making in Morrowind was broken, and in Oblivion it was also broken. But I never really was a spellcaster in those games, unless it was healing magic, you know? Yeah, I remember. Oh, and Oblivion, you know, it's infamous for having a terrible leveling system. It is, like, basically Morrowind was the same as well, I think, but in Oblivion, you know, that's my first recollection of a system like that. And you really have to, it's like you're trapped, you know, if you want to optimize your character, then you are trapped if you pick certain skill combinations as your main skills and your minor skills, because like I think it's like you don't want a major skill that is jumping or athletics or something like that, because it's going to level constantly, and you actually don't want to level in Oblivion, or you want to level when you're ready for it. And then if you're running around and you just get a level and poof, it's suddenly time to level, then you get into a situation where you can level. Oh, wait, are they starting? Oh, they've started their own countdown. Okay, let's get rid of the RuneScape music. Ah, good old Oblivion music. I love that music, man. So yeah, Oblivion. That was the first game, you know, I did complete it, and a part of it, why I completed it is probably because you have a difficulty slider, so you can make the game very, very easy, or you can make it like very, very hard. And I remember at some point I did make it very, very easy. But then I was like, if I hit this guy, I don't really level, but if I have to hit him like a billion times, then I level fast. So I thought, okay, maybe being harder is better. But yeah, I probably had no idea how the leveling system worked back then. But basically making a character in Oblivion, you know, in Skyrim you can just make whatever character you want. Like in Oblivion and Morrowind, I feel like there are actual repercussions of picking bad skills and stuff that don't go well together. Because basically that goes back to, you know, not if you don't know what the abilities are of a certain school of magic, like, do you really want to pick that as a skill? You got all these schools of restoration and illusion and conjuration and alteration and what else? And it's like if you're a new player, like you don't know which spells are in alteration, you don't know which spells are in conjuration, you know, destruction. Okay, destruction you can kind of guess, but like you have to pick a car that you need to drive for the rest of your life while you don't even got your driver's license yet. That's what you got to do in those games. Also, for those wondering, I'm drinking. Is it going to be inversed? No, it's not. Carapils. This is the cheapest beer that you can get in Belgium. Like, this is literally like the cheapest. Or, you know, I've always considered it to be the cheapest, but I don't need anything branded, man. If it works, it's fine by me. Don't need all the fancy shit. Oh, yeah. My thing at the bottom here is covering the timer. So let's wait and see. And let me also check if my audio is still okay, that you can hear the fancy shit. Okay, you can hear the Oblivion stuff. But yeah, like that might be a game, you know, even though I know Bethesda and it's gonna be glitchy as hell, like that is a game that I might buy at launch. Because, you know, I wanted to stream Oblivion for a long time, but yeah, it's not available on PS4, and if you do, you know, you can stream it on your PS4. But that means that you can't stream it to YouTube, like you can't do both at the same time. Unless, I guess, you have a capture card. But then I wouldn't be able to live stream it, I think. Maybe. Like, I think a capture card needs to capture it first, and then you can put it somewhere else, right? Or maybe you can do it all at once. I should ask Exclusive, he probably knows. Yeah, fun fact, I think it's still on my YouTube channel, because I posted it to 2 YouTube channels to see, like, hey, how big is the reach? So there is a video on my channel which is about ESO, so Elder Scrolls Online, not Oblivion not Oblivion specifically, but I did do a little Oblivion tribute in the beginning. So yeah, let's you know, now you can hear about my thoughts about games. Like, am I gonna get hyped? I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna get hyped, you know, like I don't know if it's just the way that I am now, but I think I've seen too much shit in the industry to actually get hyped, you know. If Cyberpunk betrays you, then who can you really trust, you know? that is that is a thing. But oh man, yeah, like Oblivion music, that shit I would listen to during my exam period and stuff, you know, when I was studying. Just put on the 2-hour Oblivion mix in the rain or whatever they got on YouTube, and you're good, man. Because that is the thing with study music. You want good study? Well, at least, you know, some people can't stand music while you study. But I can. But I also can without. But you don't want something with vocals, even if it's just like an or something in the middle of the song. That can really break your concentration. So there is a specific kind of study music that you want. Is Todd gonna talk to us? Is it gonna be Todd who's talking to us, or like, I don't know anything about this. I was always hoping for a remake, but you know, then the what does remake truly mean discussion came, you know? It's like you have a remake like Final Fantasy VII Remake. I don't think that is what they're gonna do here. I think it's just like a visual overhaul, but I don't know. Like, I've been hearing remake, I've been hearing remaster, and to me, remaster means it's just fancier graphics, but it's the same game. Remake, you know, it's kind of in the word, like you make it again, like you do something else, basically. So we'll see which one is this gonna be. Because you can expect an Oblivion playthrough on my channel at some point. Like, I'm very busy now. It was 15 days since I streamed on Twitch, so I've been busy streaming on YouTube, you know, doing the PlayStation Plus subscription stuff. Working on Sly 2, Band of Thieves at the moment, and I'm hoping I'm gonna have enough time, but I think it's gonna run out like any day now. Yeah, like it might be run out already, so we'll see. If it's run out, then I'm gonna have to stream back on Twitch, and we'll see. I do hope I get the chance to complete those games, so I'll probably stream some more Sly Raccoon after the Oblivion reveal. You know, I'm gonna get some dinner. And if I still have the PlayStation Plus subscription, then I will be playing more Sly. Oh man, like when I think of Oblivion, you know, I always think back to the moment you step out of that sewer from the beginning. I really went hard on the roleplay back in the day. You know, it's a bit like in Minecraft, you know, in Minecraft I always wanted to keep a journal. And that is something I want to do a lot in like Bethesda games especially, you know, like I feel they should give you, but there's a mod for it of course, but yeah, you need a journal mod where you can write books. Because it always fascinates me how characters in video games, you know, they get like God of War for example, you know, Kratos, he even kept a journal. Keeping the lore from a game, you know, being a lore keeper. And that's what I used to do, you know, I would roleplay as the prisoner who just, you know, it's the good old trope of having amnesia. Come on, I'm ready. Also, I might pump up the desktop audio a bit. Because usually I keep, I keep it at like half volume if it's background music. I put it on full volume now, but it might still be a little soft, we'll see. Ooh. But yeah, this is my first just chatting stream, by the way, so you know, it's a little bit less engaging, it's a little bit less work for me, because I don't really see streaming as work, but you know, you have to be presentable, you have to be, you know, my lighting has to be okay, because I tried streaming with the curtains there open, but that didn't work because my camera would focus on the light and it would look really dark. You know, you would think let more light in here, it would be lighter. No, my face was all dark and the lighting was back there. All will be revealed, eh? Well, all? Also, a little trick that you can do to see if you have delay is put it on double speed, and then it will automatically stop. Oh, look at the time, man! It's going! It's going! Also, do I have the max settings here? Yes. Alright, now we reach the points. So, yeah, I just saved a minute of time there. Also, Oblivion is such meme material, you know. Well, it just reset a bit. It's such a meme material game, you know, like, I always have a soft spot for memes that use, like, the Oblivion combat music and stuff. And then it immediately goes back to the peaceful music, like... Dun, 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 dun. Did they get Patrick Stewart again to do his voice lines again? That is such a... I never knew that it was Patrick Stewart, you know? Like, I never played it knowing that it was Patrick Stewart who was the Emperor in the beginning. But then seeing the behind the scenes and stuff, you know, you basically understand that these guys are a huge fan of Patrick Stewart and they wanted him to be the king, like, no matter what. And I can respect that, but like the story how they got him is pretty fascinating, because apparently one of the guys, you know, had written all this lore about the Emperor and what he's done and stuff, and then they sent it all to Patrick Stewart, and then basically if you know that he just voices a character who dies in like 15 minutes, then it's all a bit funny. Like, he really got like this ledger full of information about the game and the lore of the setting and stuff, and he was really pleased with that apparently. So he took the job. And they probably paid him well. Behold, a darkness sweeps across the land. You are the one from my dreams, and the stars were right, and this is the day. One minute left, guys. Alright, I'm gonna pump up the desktop audio a bit. I'm just gonna do it max. And I hope it's okay. Yeah, let's go. Oblivion, 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 Oblivion. Here we go.
They would take it to the tower. They're behind us. This ends here.
Stop! In the name of the law!
You hold our future in your hands. Take with you my blessings and the hope of the Empire. Find him and close
Shut the jaws of oblivion. Yes. Remastered. Show me.
Here we are 20 years later. When you think about the Elder Scrolls, to us it goes beyond game franchise.
Yeah, it's the DNA of Bethesda Game Studios.
Obviously, we're working on the 6th chapter here, but what's great about the Elder Scrolls is being able to look back at all of the chapters, Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, Daggerfall, Arena, and each of them try to define role-playing games and open-world games for their generation.
Fans got so connected with the worlds we've made and these stories we're telling, and it's really amazing.
Oblivion was a real defining moment in the series and for how we make games as a studio. I think when it comes to a remaster, we want people to feel the way they did then, but it's still a game of its time. You want to keep those bones in place. You want some of that old charm.
Old charm.
Coming back to Oblivion now with this tremendous visual update is absolutely amazing. It's the world I remember, but better.
There's so much there, both for the Elder Scrolls world and also this evolution of our games, I think is really, really important for people to take a look back at.
Looking back and seeing everything we've accomplished in the past 20 years and working with these people, like, it's really special.
Yeah, there are still quite a few people that I've worked with for that long, and it sort of gave me the warm fuzzies.
Oh my God, it's been 20 years? I think the thing that gets me the most is the music. Like when you hear that music at the main menu, there's just like, there's this like flood of nostalgia.
That's true, you know, like
Oblivion
music, don't screw with the
is
music.
the beginning of who I am as an individual, as a game developer. It all starts with it.
I hate it when they remaster the music.
Release to realize how big this was.
People loved it. Like, they loved it.
Such a key moment in our history of making games and the evolution of how we build these worlds.
Hey there,
and
Ricky.
having players be able to come back and experience that is really amazing. We had that really special moment of coming out into the world for the first time, what that meant to this game.
Every time we think about Oblivion, it's, what if we could give that moment to everybody again?
I was born
87 years ago. Yes.
For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see.
They made him look more like Patrick Stewart. Yeah, so it does look like it's a remaster and not a remake, but man. I think there's a high chance that I'm gonna play this.
Or experiencing them for the first time, the world of Oblivion Remastered immediately looks and feels incredible. When we decided to remaster Oblivion, we were really picky about finding the right partner. From the very beginning of this project, we had one rule. We weren't going to do this if we weren't going to be able to do it right. Our partners at Virtuous went above and beyond to bring our vision to life. The care and love they've poured into the Oblivion Remaster.
Also, can you hear the stream all right? Is the volume
welcome to
okay?
Paris, and welcome to Virtuous. Our team here has been hard at work delivering the best remastered Oblivion experience possible. We've worked with Bethesda Game Studios on other projects in the past, so we know what makes that team and their games special.
Ah, it's such a magical...
We wanted to make the remaster more friendly to gamers with modern hardware. This is Oblivion in its most complete form.
Now, did you put the fan patch in here, or is it gonna be as buggy
About time someone got here.
as the original? Because that's one of my main complaints with Skyrim is there's
Those
so many
familiar with only
remasters
some
or
Elder Scrolls lore
re-releases.
will now be able to experience the events that set the stage for Skyrim. You embark on an epic journey to stop the Mythic Dawn cult.
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
From unleashing the Daedric Prince of Destruction.
What was the Oblivion Crisis? What happened to the previous Emperor of Cyrodiil? Why are there only 8 divines instead of 9? In addition to the core game, the remaster contains all add-ons, including story expansions, Shivering Isles, and Knights of the Nine, so you get the full experience.
Yeah, I played Knights of the
On a
Nine.
personal level, it was really important to me to ensure that we're preserving the magic of the original experience. At the end of the day, we're all fans too.
This is a dream project for me, right? I'm a fan. I have been always a fan.
Well, I played Oblivion for perhaps 10,000 hours.
Oblivion was my first Elder Scrolls game, and it was one of the games that made me want to be a game developer.
The best way to describe it would be to call it a love letter.
You will find your own path.
I'm cautiously
blood and death before the end.
Cautiously optimistic. It's a remaster, so like it's not gonna be remade or like censored in any way, I guess.
The technology we used to create the original was cutting edge at the time, but tools have come a long way since then.
The original Oblivion is still the heart and soul of the remaster, but we use Unreal Engine 5 to help achieve all our visual goals. We think of the Oblivion game engine as the brain and Unreal 5 as the body. The brain drives all the world logic and gameplay, and the body brings to life the experience that players have loved for almost 20 years.
Okay, so it is the old engine, but
we knew we had to preserve the distinct style, making it as uniquely Oblivion as possible.
They're using 2 engines at the same time.
The brush opens a portal into the painting. You're stuck here like I am.
The Isles, a wonderful place. Good for a visit.
And still with the same 6 voice actors that we use for everything.
We've leveraged nearly every major feature from the latest version of Unreal 5.
Our goal was to push the visuals to the next level using the latest technologies. We created brand new, highly detailed character models and stunning landscapes that use millions of polygons in each asset, allowing us a truly impressive level of detail in the world. Every single asset in this game was completely redesigned and handcrafted from scratch.
We implemented an advanced real-time lighting system that accurately simulates how light interacts with the environment. This results in more realistic lighting and atmospheric effects. While the original game had limited dynamic shadows, now the entire world reacts naturally to light.
Yeah, you know, like that
new
doesn't really...
technology that really enhanced performance in our characters.
He left us a warning. Heed it!
Unreal tools helped us create the base mesh of our characters. From there, our artists sculpt each race individually to adapt it to the mesh, allowing us to share the model, rig, and textures.
Are we still going to be able to make
all
freaks of
races,
nature?
including Argonians, Orcs, and Khajiits, are built on the same base mesh, making the lip sync system more effective even when the characters have very different facial features.
Welcome to the guild.
We have access to so many modern rendering features. You'll see them in something as simple as running through a forest. Insects flying around, fish swimming in the water, light filtering through the leaves. thanks to these technological advances, you feel even more immersed in this living, breathing world. You'll really believe you're in Cyrodiil.
Did you ever
I believe you can handle
play
a more complicated assignment. I would like
Oblivion,
you to retrieve a
Ricky?
carved panel from the central chamber of the High Theater.
Or, you know, any previous Bethesda games for that? What is your Bethesda experience? Because I played Fallout and Oblivion and Skyrim.
It's not just visuals.
But
that
Oblivion
we've
is the one I
modernized and
probably
remastered.
played the most.
It's gameplay.
I'm wondering
UI and UX.
if they're gonna rehaul the leveling system as well, because it is a bit archaic.
We've updated features and systems across the board.
We've changed the approach to leveling,
Aha!
which I think will make a lot of people happy.
Yes.
It's inspired by the leveling systems of both Oblivion and Skyrim, so it's the best of both worlds.
You know, some people are gonna hate it probably, so I hope they still have
We
the
were
normal
able to
option.
fully recreate the character models, creating a physicality that feels more human. You see that in places like combat animations. There's a lot more separation between the upper and lower body, and all the animations have more flourish. Combat in the original Oblivion didn't have sound effects, visual effects, or hit reactions. Now you'll get blood splatters, sparks, and controller feedback. You know, it's a little thing, but little things add up to make the combat more modern and engaging.
There's a proper third-person perspective now. The original had third-person, but there was no crosshair, and we felt the experience could be modernized. One of our goals was to have a third-person view that compared to Starfield in terms of playability.
Third-person view.
Now, the third-person perspective has all the same control you get from the first-person view.
You have my ear, citizen.
When Oblivion first launched,
Greetings. How goes it? How are you?
disk storage limits meant we couldn't have unique voiceovers for all the races. So we've gone back and recorded new lines of dialogue. Each race represented in the game now sounds unique.
Can't stand the sight of those creatures.
We also made sure to keep in all of the quirkier dialogue.
I really like the way they say hello. Sometimes it's so random, and then they just, hi there.
Hi there.
But it's like so nice and creepy at the same time.
Stop! You violated the law. Stop! You violated the law.
Stop, criminal scum.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Cheese for everyone.
Cheese for everyone!
A little look at
We are going to steal
the Joker.
One of the Elder Scrolls from the Imperial Palace. You need to find the reading room. The blind priests will deliver a scroll to you there. Do not speak to the priests. They're blindfolded. I've chosen you because you are the best. Good luck.
Yeah, like in this game,
You violated the law.
I would,
Stolen goods are now forfeit. Then pay with your blood.
I would have my regular outfit that you would wear into town, and then
As
my
games have
battle
developed
outfit.
over the past 20 years, players have come to expect a certain suite of tools and controls.
Like sprinting.
Never touched any of their
Sprinting is an
games,
interesting one because it was such a big debate internally among our teams. Some of us were absolute purists, but ultimately, we decided it's 2025 and people are going to want to sprint. In fact, all of the character locomotion has been completely redone from scratch.
Okay, so they're
And that
sprinting.
has a huge impact from the very beginning of the game.
Every single updated or new feature was implemented with the player in mind. It all comes down to what makes Oblivion, Oblivion. What are those features that just immediately come to mind for players when they think of the game?
The mini games are the mini games. Those are so iconic to Oblivion.
Great! How's it go again?
Yeah, I didn't
block
really
picking.
hate that.
You
I
can put
didn't
a
really
fresh
hate
coat of
the
paint on it,
disposition
but you
thing.
can't change it too much because it's part of the core experience.
I hear other people don't
Whether you're
find it
returning
very
to
cool,
Cyrodiil
but well,
or you're a newcomer,
it's better than giving gifts to people or something like that.
Worship the ground you walk on.
What
you
did they
will
do to
instantly
the
feel
adoring
it.
fan?
It just feels better. We've modernized a lot, but it's still the same incredible adventure and the same
That was
carefully
the
handcrafted world.
tutorial dungeon.
Well, it's about time. Do you know how long we've been waiting?
Oh my god, how did she stare at us? That was a little bit creepy.
Oblivion is a core part of the story of Bethesda Game Studios.
None of what we're surrounded by right now would be here if we hadn't made that game and if it hadn't been the success that it was. The effort that we put into it, the sort of the love that went into it, I think that comes across on the screen.
To have worked on something that people care enough where you're in a position where you can remaster it, it's a privilege.
And now, to help introduce this game to a new generation of players, I feel so lucky.
I really think that people, when they jump back into the remaster, they're going to be shocked at just how good the game looks.
I do wonder, like, how many
Oblivion
people
games
from the
look
original
absolutely
team are still at Bethesda
incredible.
right now.
I think they're just going to find themselves lost in the world.
Even if it's just the music, for example, just walking around for half an hour in the world, you feel something, and that's precious.
You're going back to a world that you've been to before, but it's better somehow. Like, it's an intangible thing, but it's like, it's new, it's fun, like it's exciting again.
But it's ultimately the same game. There was a lot of respect for what was before, and I think the fans will appreciate that.
From all of us at Bethesda Game Studios
and Virtuous,
we want to thank you for joining us today. Oblivion has a very special place in my heart, and being able to work on this remaster and bring it to a new generation of players has been an incredible experience. We were too excited to get it in your hands and didn't want to just show it off to you and then make you have to wait.
So when is it coming out,
The
eh?
best part of my job is that I get to be the one to announce that the Oblivion remaster will be available
right now.
Today.
Really? That is,
I was born 87 years ago.
Oh, should I buy it today?
But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. This is the 27th of Last Seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era,
and the final hours of my life.
Of my life. I have seen the gates of oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. This is only the beginning.
Today.
Worse is yet to come.
Looks clear.
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
I actually never completed Oblivion.
The coming darkness.
It's also one of the games I played a lot, never got to the end. At least I think. Because I do remember doing the Knights of the Nine quest.
Here you must find your own path.
Remember the Emperor!
Find him. And close shut the jaws of oblivion.
Hell yeah! I didn't expect that, man. Available today. Uh-oh. We're gonna have a look at that screen right after this thing ends. Stay tuned for a gameplay stream. Like, are you gonna do it right after this? Probably not, right? Holy shit, it's today. Yeah, let me take a look at chat here. Guessing you figured out the smoking thing. Yeah, I put on the smoking thing, man. It's just chatting, so I'm not gonna switch my camera off the whole time. Got the store open, ready to buy it. Yeah, like, is it like on Steam right now? I guess it is. Like, they're probably gonna open up the gates now. But I'm not gonna impulse buy right away. Like, I will I will probably buy it like today or tomorrow, but I don't know when I'm gonna stream it. I can't just... I'm not prepared for this, man. But I am gonna stream this, so yeah, look forward to that. I'll just wait until it actually finishes, but yeah, there's also no comments. I don't know if they have a chat here. I don't think so. So yeah, we can't see. Yeah, chat is disabled, so no comments here, but yeah, I thought they were gonna show us more, but I guess if the game is out already, then yeah, people can go and see for themselves. Alright, I am gonna like it. Alright, I guess there's nothing at the end here, so
when
let's take a look through this.
You think about the Elder Scrolls,
because I had some thoughts,
to us it goes beyond game franchise.
Yeah, it's the DNA of Bethesda Game Studios.
Obviously, we're working on the 6th chapter here, but what's great about the Elder Scrolls is being able to look
the
back
original
at all
game
of the
got an
chapters,
85% player
Skyrim,
increase.
Oblivion,
I have the
Morrowind,
original game, man, and there are some mods out there.
Try to define role-playing games and open-world games for their generation.
Fans got so connected with the worlds we've made and these stories we're telling, and it's really amazing.
Because, yeah, like, I would be more excited for this if I didn't just buy a new PC, because my problem with Oblivion streaming was there is no easy way like I do with the PlayStation games, you know? Like, you just press stream. You can't do that with Oblivion on PlayStation at the moment. So the only way that I could stream that game was on PC, and then I would probably mod some stuff. Oh, yeah, you got the first redeem. But yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic because I do like that they reworked the leveling, but there's probably gonna be people who don't like that change. So I hope they still have like the original, like that you can choose it as an option just for like I wouldn't be interested in the original, but you know, some people. It's always better to have more options, you know?
Oblivion was a real defining moment in the series and for how we make games as a studio.
Yeah, look at the crisp
I think
quality.
when it comes to a remaster, we want people to feel the way they did then, but it's still a game of its time. You want to keep those bones in place. You want some of that old...
Yeah, my main concern is that they haven't put the patch, you know, that there has been like the unofficial Oblivion patch, which patches all the quests and every item that didn't work and every piece of magic that didn't work, because I think there's like even a magic thing where like deflection or a reflection or something is totally busted, or like some things that just don't work. They just don't work. But yeah, I'm hoping that is all away now, you know, but because it's not just because it's a remaster that you can just go like, oh yeah, we have updated all the models and all the world and we put in this new lighting engine. So now the light, yeah, they bring up the light after a while, which I don't really care about light. I feel like, you know, it's always nice. It's nice if things look nice, but the only thing I care about with light is that if you can set up situations where somebody is behind the wall and you can see their shadow. Like, okay, that is like the useful part of light, you know? If you can see that someone is behind the thing because of the light, that is all you need, basically. I don't need God rays and whatever that they have.
Charm.
Coming back to Oblivion now with this tremendous visual update is absolutely amazing. It's the world I remember, but better.
There's so much there, both for the Elder Scrolls world and also this evolution of our games, I think is really, really important for people to take a look back at.
Yeah, also something why I like Oblivion more is because I have, you know, it's more fantasy, I feel like Skyrim, but which is weird to say because, excuse me, Skyrim has dragons, but I feel like, you know, most of that you're fighting like bandits in a cave somewhere. And you know, over here, that will probably be goblins. It's like goblins in a cave, probably lots of goblins in a cave. But yeah, like I'm not as familiar with Morrowind, but even Morrowind has like these Quama mines, and it's like this very foreign fantasy setting. You know, with elves with floating cities and all that stuff, or what is it that they're holding down a meteorite or something? You know, there's some interesting stuff there. But I feel like, yeah, the Viking setting of Skyrim, you know, it is cool, but not as magical, I feel like, maybe. But, you know, that's just my personal preference. I'm just trying to think about why I like Oblivion more. It's like, you know, the first quest you do is go into like this dungeon and get some crystals, you know. The moment that you find out that you can just shoot an arrow at a crystal and it falls down and you can take it, you know, that's nice to discover.
Looking back and seeing everything we've accomplished in the past 20 years and working with these people, like, it's really special.
Yeah, there are still quite a few people that I've worked with for that long, and it sort of gave me the warm fuzzies.
Oh my God, it's been 20 years?
Yeah, I did watch all of those old
I think the thing that gets
Oblivion
me the most is the music. Like when you hear
making
that
ofs.
music at the main menu, there's just like...
Yeah, this guy, the music, man, that I feel like that is something that really takes you back, man, and that is why I'm also very displeased if they mess with the music. Like Final Fantasy X remaster, they have remastered the music as well, and I don't know if you can pick the original, but if you can't, then that is a big no-no for me, man. Like Spyro as well, you know, Spyro has the remastered music and it has the original music. I still think the original music is best, man. Like it was perfect. How can you improve on perfection? And they give you these little things like, oh, if you listen to the music underwater, it's muffled, or we use different instruments, and like that is cool, you know. Like if you put it in the game as an option, no problem at all. If you replace something, then that is a dangerous territory to go in, man, because yeah, sound is what brings back memories, man.
There's this like flood of nostalgia.
Yes, he understands.
Oblivion is the beginning of who I am as an individual, as a game developer. It all starts with this.
I don't even think it took me till release to realize how big this was.
People loved it. Like, they loved it.
Such a key moment in our history of making games and the evolution of how we build these worlds, and having players be able to come back and experience that is...
Well, yeah, to come back to the patch thing, like I hope they patched all of that stuff, you know, that every magic system works as it should, that every quest is available, because that is the big problem, you know, and that's my main criticism from Skyrim. It's like even if you get the latest Skyrim edition that they released, it's still as buggy as the first, and you need the official or unofficial mod patch basically if you want to have the best experience. So I really hope that they did that with this game, but we'll see.
Really amazing.
And then also the thing is, like you said, the 85% player increase in the original game. Yeah, that's also just people being hyped, I guess. But also, I think the original game is still the superior version if you play it on PC, because you have all these mods. Because I doubt that the mod people can just import their old mods from Oblivion and use it on a new one. Like, that's not how things work usually. So, yeah, until all of that mod support is there, I think it's still better to just play the original.
We had that really special moment of coming out into the world for the first time, what that meant to this game.
Every time we think about Oblivion, it's, what if we could give that moment to everybody again?
And like people don't really like the Oblivion parts as much in the game, I've heard, because there's a lot of Oblivion gates that you can close. Too much, basically, because I've never really closed that many, I think, that I got bored of them. But yeah, they are pretty hit or miss. But we'll see, man. Like, I am pretty motivated to start playing it again. And I might even play the original, you know? Because I got it. But yeah, I would have to go look at mods and stuff. Because I don't, you know, I like vanilla, but there's some stuff that you gotta have, man. Like the patches and stuff.
I was born 87 years ago. For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel.
Yes.
Whether you're reliving these moments or experiencing them for the first time, the world of Oblivion Remastered immediately looks and feels incredible.
It looks nice.
When we decided to remaster Oblivion, we were really...
But I even think, you know, original Oblivion looks nice. You know, that's maybe also why I like it more. It's more colorful, I feel, like Skyrim. You know, Skyrim has a lot of these browns and grays, and you know, you have forests there, but then it's a bit muted with the snow and stuff like that, and a lot of snow as well. So, you know, I guess it's what you prefer, but I feel like, yeah, if you want to walk through magical forests and feel like you're walking through magical forests, then Oblivion is a game for you.
picky about finding the right partner. From the very beginning of this project, we had one rule. We weren't going to do this if we weren't going to be able to do it right. Our partners at Virtuous went above and beyond to bring our vision to life. The care and love they've poured into the Oblivion Remaster has been absolutely breathtaking.
Welcome to Paris, and welcome to Virtuous. Our team here has been hard at work delivering the best remastered Oblivion experience possible. We've worked with Bethesda Game Studios on other projects in the past, so we know what makes that team and their games special.
We wanted to make the remaster more friendly to gamers with modern hardware. This is Oblivion in its most complete form.
Oh yeah, I also deactivated the ads, so there shouldn't be any ads. Or maybe there was a pre-roll, because I have just deactivated them. Nothing should be auto-playing right now.
Those familiar with only some Elder Scrolls lore will now be able to experience the events that set the stage for Skyrim. You embark on an epic journey to stop the Mythic Dawn cult.
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
From unleashing the Daedric Prince of Destruction.
What was the Oblivion Crisis? What happened to the previous Emperor of Cyrodiil? Why are there only 8 divines instead of 9? In addition to the core game, the remaster contains all add-ons, including story expansions.
Yeah, like, when he says Mythic Dawn, I think there's a quest, you know, where you have to use the Mythic Dawn costume, and that is something that's also, like, unique to Oblivion, I think. Well, at least in the Elder Scrolls series, you know, it's unique to Oblivion, because I don't think Morrowind had it. But yeah, in Oblivion, if you wear nice clothes, you have better interactions. And I don't think they ever went really deep with it, because yeah, there's that one quest where you need a costume, but like they could have used that more thoroughly if you think about it. Like, I don't know, like sneaking into somewhere with wearing a disguise. Like the game has a lot, I think, as well. A lot of clothes that you can wear. Like you can wear something beneath your armor, I think, and stuff, if I remember correctly. So, like, how the game usually would work is like you would have your clothes that you would wear to go shopping basically every time. If you want to go sell stuff or buy stuff, then you put on your nice clothes because it gave you a charisma boost. But yeah, like that meant that you always had to keep those clothes with you, you know, that's some extra weight that you had to carry. But I like that, you know. So yeah, I'm wondering how the fashion will look, because there's also this YouTube channel. I don't know her name, but it's a girl, and she basically talks about the fashion in Oblivion. And I watched that video. It was pretty cool. So
Different Isles and Knights of the Nine, so you get the full experience.
yeah, Knights of the Nine gives you
On
the
a
best
personal
armor.
level, it was really important to me to ensure that we're preserving the magic of the original experience. At the end of the day, we're all fans too.
This is a dream project for me, right? I'm a fan. I have been always a fan.
Well, I played Oblivion for perhaps 10,000 hours.
Oblivion was my first Elder Scrolls game, and it was one of the games that made me want to be a game developer.
You know, like, I don't know about developing, but I would love to be a game tester at Bethesda, you know, like just. And I've been a beta tester for Elder Scrolls Online, which was like 2 weeks, I think, that I got to play the game early. And like, I remember going through that tutorial area, which is like the Anchorage or something, I think it's called. Or wait, Anchorage? Isn't Anchorage also a place in America somewhere? But yeah, like, I think it's called the Anchorage or the Dark Anchor or something. And yeah, we just played through that. And you know, like, I remember I had to, you know, you had to apply for the beta, and then you had to give like your little resume about like, why do you think you would be a good game tester for Bethesda or something. And this wasn't like anything official, I feel like, you know. It was just like, hey, we need people to test our games. Maybe it was just even a stress test, I don't know, but like, it was a test. And you had to submit your bugs and stuff, and I never got paid for it or anything. But yeah, I just got to play 2 weeks of Elder Scrolls Online, and we went down in that area, and basically I put in my resume like, I'm a completionist. I like to collect every item, open up every chest, open every door, find everything. So if there's something wrong with any of those systems, then there's a high chance that I will encounter it. And that's basically my main reason of why I think I would be a good beta tester. And it worked.
The best way to describe it would be to call it a love letter.
You will find your own path, but there will be blood and death before the end.
Blood and death. Yeah, this is something you have to do a lot in Oblivion portals, apparently. These exact things.
The technology we used to create the original was cutting edge at the time, but tools have come a long way since then.
The original Oblivion is still
the mods that they're gonna have for that Wisp is probably
the heart and soul of the remaster, but we use Unreal Engine 5 to help achieve all our visual goals. We think of the Oblivion game engine as the brain and Unreal 5 as the body. The brain drives all the world logic and gameplay.
So yeah, like this I don't really get. I guess they use 2 engines, you know. You can use one engine for graphics and one engine for game systems, I guess. Because like I know a little bit, but like it's just from what is it called, like Game Dev Tycoon. Basically, I know the engine decides what systems you can put in a game. So, like, are they still using the original engine, or what is going on here, and using Unreal 5 to make it look good?
And the body brings to life the experience that players have loved for almost 20 years.
But it's not just about pure fidelity. We knew we had to preserve the distinct style, making it as uniquely Oblivion as possible.
The brush opens a portal into the painting. You're stuck here like I am.
Because I feel like, you know, this is a remaster, and they're ready to release it right now, so the game should be not perfect, but close to perfect right now, right? So I'm just curious to what bugs we're gonna find. Like the YouTube sphere, there's gonna be Oblivion Remaster bugs. We'll see.
The Isles, a wonderful place. Good for a visit.
Like, some people might be even disappointed if there aren't any bugs, but we'll see.
Or eternity.
We've leveraged nearly every major feature from the latest version of Unreal 5.
Our goal was to push the visuals to the next level using the latest technologies. We created brand new, highly detailed character models and stunning landscapes that use millions of polygons in each asset, allowing us a truly impressive level of detail in the world. Every single asset in this game was completely redesigned and handcrafted from scratch. We implemented an advanced real-time lighting system that accurately simulates how light interacts with the environment. This results in more realistic lighting and atmospheric effects. While the original game had limited dynamic shadows, now the entire world reacts naturally to light.
Wait a second, let's see that again. So,
dynamic shadows.
See, like, I don't think this looks bad, but let's see what they make of it.
Now the entire world reacts naturally to light.
So wait, is...
While the original game had...
Yeah, this is the original game. Like, this isn't a remaster, right? Or did I just...
Limited dynamic shadows.
Let's see.
Now the entire world reacts naturally to light.
Okay, yeah, this is the remaster. Okay.
Real-time lighting system that accurately simulates how light
Yeah,
interacts.
look like that's all you need, man. If you see a shadow going across the wall, that is fine. That's all you need. I don't know how much more complex you could make it, but lighting is very complex, man. Like, I looked at the lighting for Minecraft, and you would think it would just be like, okay, if you put a torch down here, then the light goes for so many blocks, but it's way more complicated than that, actually.
The environment. This results in more realistic lighting and atmospheric effects. While the original game had limited dynamic shadows, now the entire world reacts naturally to light. We used an incredible new lip sync technology that really enhanced performance in our characters.
He left us a warning. Heed it!
And real tools helped us create the base mesh of our characters. From there, our artists sculpt each race individually to adapt it to the mesh, allowing us to share the model, rig, and textures. As a result, all races, including Argonians, Orcs, and Khajiits, are built on the same base mesh.
I wish they would just have like one of these character things where they are putting the sliders, you know, all the way to the right and see what happens. But I guess you have to buy the game to see if you can still make a freak of nature.
Making the lip sync system more effective even when the characters have very different facial features.
Welcome to the guild.
Because I was never the type of guy to make a freak of nature on those games, you know, like it was very hard. Let me tell you, like something very specific in Oblivion. I would go usually for the Nord, and the reason why I would pick the Nord is not of the skills, not just because I felt like, oh, a Nord is like the hardy type of guy, and I want to be a hardy guy. So I went with the Nord always, and then basically what I tried to do was make the character as good looking as possible, which in the original Oblivion is very hard to do. So the thing is, I wanted to have a beard, and beards are notoriously hard on that game because it worked with, like, you have to do the facial tone, and then like there's not really hair coming out of the thing. It's like just some Sharpie that they use basically to make it look like a beard. And getting a good beard in that game was very hard, but after a while I managed to do it. And my brother, like, you know, he played Oblivion as well back in the day, and I remember that he came into my room or something when I was playing, and he saw my character. He was like, "Oh man, you actually made him look pretty nice." And that was all without mods. And yeah, I basically went for like this Aragorn character, because you have like, what is it, 6 or 8 hairstyles that you can choose, or at least that's what it felt like, or maybe like 3 or 4 hairstyles that you might possibly choose, but the other ones look just silly. But yeah, like I managed to make a good looking Nord or Imperial. Like Imperial and Nord are like the regular humans. Like the Nord is basically like a slightly taller and paler Imperial with more wrinkles. But yeah, I'm interested to know how that's gonna work out, the character creation.
Access to so many modern rendering features. You'll see them in something as simple as running through a forest. Insects flying around, fish swimming in the water, light filtering through the leaves.
That is something in both Oblivion and Skyrim are well done, actually. It's the butterflies and stuff, because I remember like in both games I had this moment where you go to a butterfly and then you are like, what? I can pick this up. Floop, got butterfly wings.
Thanks to these technological advances, you feel even more immersed in this living, breathing world. You'll really believe you're in Cyrodiil.
I believe you can handle a more complicated assignment. I would like you to retrieve a carved panel from the central chamber of the High Thane.
Yeah, I saw the torch. You know, this torch here, that reminds me of ESO, because in ESO I think you can carry a torch, but in first person it fucks up. And the thing is, no, you can't carry a torch. The only way you can carry a torch is if you buy like an emote pack or something, what they have, like an animation pack, and one of the animations is that you are carrying a torch. But then I was really disappointed to find out that in the first person view you don't see the torch really, like it's this bug glitch. And basically if you run side to side, then you can see the torch, like then you will see the torch being held in front of you. But it's like the reason you buy that is because you want to roleplay something. Like you can't carry a torch. Oh, now I can be like this explorer thingy holding a torch in a dark dungeon. But there's never really a dungeon where you need light. And if you can, or if you do need light, then you usually have a spell that gives light or something. But yeah, it was my first crown purchase or something, or like, no, not even crowns, I think. You got these Seals of Endeavor. That's what you get. And basically, if you want to know what that is, go look at my video that I posted on the channel about ESO. But it's basically, you know, like dailies. You get daily currency, and that is the seals. So that is my first Seals of Endeavor purchase that I did, because I had some seals, and I was like, hey, they're selling this thing where you can use a torch. And then I was looking up on Reddit, and I already saw that it was bugged. Like people were already complaining about it. Like, oh, I bought this to roleplay and now I see that I can't use it in first person, or it's bugged. And basically, but Bethesda, or ZeniMax, I should say, you know, it's ZeniMax Online. They apparently made this promise sometime because they changed an item and people didn't like it. So then their policy was, okay, we're not going to change anything anymore. We're going to leave it just as is on the store. So yeah, now you have a torch that is basically bugged, because you're not going to tell me it's a feature. No, it's a bug. If you can see the torch when you're going side to side, but you can't see it if you go back to front, then that is a glitch in my opinion. But yeah, they're just, you know, they're never going to change it. Oh, you're installing it now, Ricky? Yeah. What console device? Well, probably PC and consoles, I guess. Maybe it's on Game Pass as well. Probably don't have to buy it. People are saying it's on Game Pass. Oh, okay, there you go. So yeah, that will make me more interested to try Game Pass, but I might as well just buy the game. You know, I'm just old school that way. But yeah, I've been thinking about trying out Game Pass, but I'm still on the PlayStation subscription, so we'll see if that runs out. Then I might actually look into Game Pass.
Panel from the central chamber of the High Thane.
The Welkin Stones.
It's not just visuals that we've modernized.
You know what's also going to happen? There's going to be people trying to recreate the memes right now. They're going to try and recreate those memes and then have the Oblivion Remaster meme. Like, that's probably something going to happen. That's going to happen, I'm telling you. Have you heard of the High Elves?
The remaster. It's gameplay.
But yeah, Ricky, if this is your...
UX.
Wait, you're also installing the original. Yeah, if this is your first, then enjoy, man. I think it's a good game, and it's probably better with the leveling system now.
Across the board.
We've changed the...
Actually, let me go back, because They're talking about the leveling
UI
system now.
and UX. It's audio. We've updated features and systems across the board.
We've changed the approach to leveling, which I think will make a lot of people happy. It's inspired by the leveling systems of both Oblivion and Skyrim, so it's the best of both worlds. We were able to fully recreate the character models, creating a physicality that feels more human. You see that in places like combat animations, where there's a lot more separation between the upper and lower body, and all the animations have more flourish.
So it feels
Combat
like more...
in the original Oblivion didn't have sound effects, visual...
More like Skyrim, because... I don't know, I get like this more Skyrim combat feel, but it's been a while since I've played Oblivion, so...
effects or hit reactions. Now you'll get blood splatters, sparks, and controller feedback. You know, it's a little thing, but little things add up to make the combat more modern and engaging.
There's a proper third-person perspective now. The original...
Okay, this guy has a very heavy accent, but he's talking about the third person's perspective.
had third person, but there was no crosshair, and we felt the...
See, here he said, like, it adds third person in the original, but there was no crosshair.
Experience could be modernized. One of our goals was to have a third-person view that compared to Starfield in terms...
So compared to Starfield, okay, I haven't played Starfield, but it's also on Game Pass, so...
of playability. Now, the third-person perspective has all the same control you get from the first-person view.
You have my ear, citizen.
When Oblivion first launched...
Greetings! How goes it? How are you?
Disk storage limits meant we couldn't have unique voiceovers for all the races.
Yeah, and you just didn't want to spend the money. Let's be honest here. Yeah, like you always had like 6 or 8 voice actors doing all the voices, and you know, good for them. But like that's always a thing. Like you're talking to the same persons basically.
So we've gone back and recorded new lines of dialogue. Each race represented in the game now sounds unique.
Can't stand.
Okay, I don't know what they mean by that, because like I guess if you talk to an elf, they could have the voice of a guard before or something. Like they just separated the voice actors more. I don't think they mean they have more voice actors now.
The sight of those creatures.
We also made sure to keep in all of the quirkier dialogue.
I really like the way.
I wonder if they still have like that one line where she is like, "Oh no, let me do that again. The arcane magisters and went to the library all at the same time," or something. You know, you have those voice
They say hello.
errors where they have like 2 lines instead of 1.
Sometimes it's so random, and then they just, hi there. Hi there. But it's like so nice and creepy at the same time.
Stop! You violated the law.
Stop! You violated the law.
Stop, criminal scum.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Cheese for everyone.
Cheese for everyone! We are going to steal one of the Elder Scrolls from the Imperial Palace. You need to find the reading room. The blind priests will deliver a scroll to you there. Do not speak to the priests. They're blindfolded. I've chosen you because you are the best. Good luck.
Hey, that was a Skyrim symbol on the door.
You violated the...
Did you see it?
Because you are the best. Good luck.
That's the Skyrim symbol, man.
Stop! You violated the law. Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Then pay with your blood.
As games have...
The killing has been observed, like like you wouldn't have killed an innocent person by then. It's like one of the... I don't think I ever played that mission actually, but it's like one of the end game missions.
Developed over the past 20 years, players have come to expect a certain suite of tools and controls.
Like sprinting. Sprinting is an interesting one because there was such a big debate internally among our teams. Some of us were absolute purists, but ultimately, we decided it's 2025 and people are going to want to sprint.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, wasn't it, I think in Morrowind at least, like in Morrowind, if you put up your athletics skill, then you can run faster. So I don't know if Oblivion had that as well, but I think it did. And like also a thing is like if you are a sword and shield character, then you have to de-equip your shield and you can run like a lot faster. So like I feel like most of it was based on your what you call it, like the armor that you were wearing. If it was like heavy armor, then you would be moving slow. If it was light or naked, then you would go the fastest. So I feel like that system was enough, you know, like, okay, it's nice to be able to sprint, but I do hope there's still this progression from being able to move slow to move faster, because I like that personally. Like, I don't need the fastest running speed at the start of the game, I'm just telling you.
In fact, all of the character locomotion has been completely redone from scratch. And that has a huge impact from the very beginning of the game.
But yeah, Ricky, if you're gonna play this,
every single updated or new feature was implemented with the
oh,
player in
you're
mind.
spending money because they released the deluxe version. Yeah, we're gonna have a look at that because they flashed it on the screen. They flashed it on the screen real quick, so I'm gonna have a look at that. They're not getting off the hook.
From the very beginning of the game.
Every single
scratch. In fact, all of the character locomotion has been completely redone from scratch. And that has a huge impact from the very beginning of the game.
Every single updated or new feature was implemented with the player in mind.
Sorry, man, but I don't really understand what you're saying. What?
Every single updated or new feature
updated or new feature
was implemented with the player in mind.
Okay.
It all comes down to what makes Oblivion, Oblivion. What are those features that just immediately come to mind for players when they think of the game?
The mini-games are the mini-games.
To what makes Oblivion, Oblivion.
Is that
what are those features that just... It all comes down to immediately come to mind for players Oblivion. What are those features that just...
Like, what is it? What are those features? Sorry, man, if you're watching this, but I can't understand.
It all comes down to what makes Oblivion, Oblivion. What are those features that...
What are those features? What are those features? Oh no, it's the horse armor DLC? Don't tell me. Is he trying to say one of those features?
It all comes down to what makes Oblivion, Oblivion. What are those features that just immediately come to mind for...
What other features suggest?
Players when they think of the game.
The mini-games are the mini-games. Those are so iconic to Oblivion.
Great! How's it go again?
Like lockpicking. You can put a fresh coat of paint on it, but you can't change it too much because it's part of the core experience.
Yeah, lockpicking.
Whether you're returning to Cyrodiil or you're a newcomer,
I'm going to follow you and watch you and worship the ground you walk on.
You will instantly feel at home. It just feels better. We've modernized a lot, but it's still the same incredible adventure and the same carefully handcrafted world.
Well, it's about time. Do you
Jesus Christ, man, like her. Well, it's about time.
know how long we've been waiting?
They probably did it for that, you know. They really went for
Oblivion
it.
is
Like
a
that.
core
That's not
part
an accident.
of the story of Bethesda Game Studios. None of what we're surrounded by right now would be here if we hadn't made that game and if it hadn't been the success that it was. The effort that we put into it, the love that went into it, I think that comes across on the screen.
To have worked on something that people care enough where you're in a position where you can remaster it, it's a privilege.
And now,
Like, fun fact, actually, you can't see it, but right next to me here is a closet, and on the closet is a map of original Oblivion and the Shivering Isles. You know, I'll take a quick photo and put it on the community post, so you see that I'm not bullshitting. But yeah, like, That is also one of the games that I had to go and get specifically at a store because it was hard to find, actually. You know, like recently the game stores, or like the one game store that we have, Game Mania, it went under. So no more game stores. And yeah, I got that at Game Mania like I don't know how many years ago, but it was the PS3 special edition, or, you know, the complete edition with all the DLC, and it came with this map. So go to the channel, post. My Oblivion map. There we go. And yeah, like that is how much the game meant to me. Like I wanted to have the version somewhere physically.
Help introduce this game to a new generation of players. I feel so lucky.
I really think that people, when they jump back into the remaster, they're going to be shocked at just how good the game looks. The Oblivion gates look absolutely incredible, and I think they're just going to find themselves lost in the world.
Again.
Even if it's just the music, for example,
For me, it's
just
gotta be
walking
again.
around for half an hour in the world, you feel something, and that's precious.
That's like you have like this beam of like what is it? It's like Skyrim hits different at 3 a.m. or something, and then it's just this guy chilling against a tree somewhere smoking a cigarette. And that is a moment you got in Oblivion many times as well, man. The music.
You're going back to a world that
setting.
you've been to before, but it's better somehow. Like it's an intangible thing, but it's like
mods.
It's new, it's fun, like it's exciting again.
But it's ultimately the same game. There was a lot of respect for what was before, and I think the fans will appreciate that.
From all of us at Bethesda Game Studios
and Virtuous,
we want to thank you for joining us today. Oblivion has a very special place in my heart, and being able to work on this remaster and bring it to a new generation of players has been an incredible experience. We were too excited to get it in your hands and didn't want to just show it off to you and then make you have to wait. The best part of my job is that I get to be the one to announce that the
60
Oblivion
achievements.
Remaster will be available.
Yeah, that's also a game. It doesn't have achievements on console, so
today.
Yeah, man. Like I didn't expect that they were gonna drop it right now.
7 years ago. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams.
Are these animals paid actors, or are they actually gonna do that stuff in the game?
This is the 27th of Last Seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era, and the final hours of my life.
Yeah.
I have seen the gates of oblivion, beyond which no waking eye.
That thing, you always saw it in the intro cutscene, and I never got to the point where I actually had to fight one of those,
This
or
is
where there
only
was
the
one in the
beginning.
battlefield.
Worse is yet to come.
Looks clear.
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
But yeah,
Now will save us from the coming darkness.
I'm excited to play Oblivion. But I think if I'm gonna play this, I'm also gonna use the Game Pass version. Because I've been thinking about Game Pass, so this will be a good reason for me to get it, actually. Because I'm a variety streamer, you know, I like to play whatever games, because this is a game I already played, so I would get Game Pass to, you know, try out games I haven't played before.
Find him.
But let's see at the deluxe edition,
Of oblivion.
because they were really quick. Oh wait, they're actually doing some behind the scenes stuff here. Well, behind the scenes, I say. Okay, did you show it? No. Where is it?
Find him and close shut the jaws of oblivion.
Ta-da. Why are you so eager to just push this away? Let's see. So we got the deluxe edition. Wait, so this is what the main game includes. So digital base game includes the Shivering Isles and the Knights of the Nine and additional downloadable content. Yeah, what's that gonna be? And then digital deluxe content, new quests for unique Akatosh and Mehrunes Dagon armors, weapons, and horse armor sets. So it's not just horse armor DLC. Like, yeah, they're just trying to do the paid mod thing. Yeah, I'm not a fan of digital deluxe. Like, if I want to get a deluxe edition, I want an actual art book and not some download file to an art book, because I can find that on the internet. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get the deluxe edition. It's just cosmetics, and if you want cosmetics, you need to go to the mods, man. There's probably mods who made this armor in the original game already, but well, they're gonna have made their own armor, I would hope. But yeah, like people are gonna take it further, man, if they get a chance. But see how fast they flash that screen. It's like, why do you make a screen that has this much information on it, but you just show it for 3 seconds? Like, let's actually time it. So 1, 2 seconds. So hey, we expect everyone to be able to read all the small text here in 2 seconds. Don't think about that. The game is out now. Buy it, buy it, buy it. It's out now. That's the vibe I'm getting from that last segment.
He knows his name.
So let's see, what are they saying here?
I'm joined by the wonderful, talented, incredible Wes Johnson. You.
Ah, hi.
The voice actor.
And Wes, who do you have here with you?
This is Finn.
Oh,
yes, he knows his name now. Hello there, Finn. How are you? I mean, for the sake of this, we can call him Barbas if you'd like. But
yeah, he's the guy that does all the voices for the guards and stuff.
Wanted to get his time, Mr. DeMille.
That makes sense.
I would think like a guy like this, how does he remember every character that he's voiced? Because he's voicing like probably more than 80 characters in this game alone.
If I had a new puppy,
wait.
Totally bring that puppy with me everywhere.
I take him everywhere. You ever heard the Harry Nilsson's puppy song?
No.
He's like, I take my puppy everywhere.
Well, for you, those of you joining us, either new or from
So what are you going to do, actually?
We're going to be sharing some gameplay of Wes's old stomping grounds, but newer now with the remastered version.
I can't wait.
So, Wes, for those that do not know you, first, shame on you if you don't, but if you don't, why don't you tell our friends here what role you have done in Oblivion?
In Oblivion, you're going to probably bring some memes back to life.
Yes, that's what I've been thinking.
So if like you walk out of some place with a fork, I would be there going, "Hold, criminal scum! Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Pay with your blood." That's a lovely one. The
That's very
Imperial Guard
aggressive.
song is out there now, and all sorts of things that people had fun with. Sheogorath, Daedric, Prince of Madness, at your service. And I love this because I'll never be able to order a cheese pizza again because people use the soundboard and they call the pizza shops and they're saying, what can I do for you today? Cheese! You want a cheese pizza? I want cheese for everyone! How many would that be, sir? And so I can't call anywhere as Sheagarth, order a pizza because I'll never get it, or I'll get it with a lot of spit.
I mean, honestly, you're doing everybody
A lot
a
of
favor,
spit.
too, so.
Yeah,
I mean, in your shirt, it's totally on theme today as well.
Yeah, wearing my Sheo shirt. I've got, and of course, there's
No freak of nature. I look like I'm jerking off, though. What,
the
you got like
chance
one
of the
buffed up
dark
arm?
Dear child of Sithis, I don't spread rumors, dear child. I create them. So yeah, I loved Oblivion. Oblivion to me was, I mean, I've loved all the games. I loved Morrowind. Ah, yes, we've been expecting you. Okay?
Ah, yes.
I
That
love
ah,
Skyrim,
yes.
which is fantastic. But Oblivion to me was where I came out to play. And it was the original, all the races had the same voices. Oh man, there's so much crossbreeding amongst the Imperial Guard. You know, Mom, Dad, the family reunions were very confusing. But
A lot of love.
I know. But I just absolutely loved that game. And as other games came along, and then you got to see Skyrim with its 10th anniversary edition. And when I first put that on the Xbox Series X, oh my God, the visuals to me were just, I was blown away. And to make Oblivion now,
I don't know which the
that
Xbox
kind of
X is
feel, that
like.
kind of look, the gameplay, the
PS4 is very
graphics,
easy,
I
like
mean,
for
if I walk
PS3,
up to a lady
PS4,
in the middle of
PS5. Then you got
Thames
PS,
and tap her on the
Xbox
shoulder,
One,
she turns around and
Xbox
doesn't
X,
look like
Xbox
Harry Jones and
SX.
grabs me.
I don't know.
Python, I don't know what I'm going to do.
What you
but,
mean
I
by that?
I love the game. So now people are going to get a chance to see it with brand new eyes. And for people who've only ever played Skyrim, this is going to be kind of a revelation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Ah,
Bethesda,
the
so it's
rats.
taking people
You're
back.
gonna fight a lot of rats in the beginning, son.
Look at that. And this is the mouth of the Shivering Isles. Look at the difference, the graphics, how sumptuous it is, the detail on this. Not just on the backgrounds, not just every leaf on a tree, but looking at the clothing, at the uniforms that they're wearing. I mean, he's wearing leather and he's wearing some fur, and you're seeing all the details on every little thing. This guard right here, this guard, people are like, that's so effective. He seems to have this cold out there in the middle of this island where the winds are whipping around, and I had a cold. I was really, really sick that day. But
You didn't have to go that hard into the role, Wes.
I know, I'm method, so method. But look at that. Now, there's the door to the fringe, and inside.
So yeah, they're just gonna talk over some of the gameplay, you know, and it looks all real nice, but
sweeter and more detailed.
I'm probably gonna play this at some point, so I'm
Bald and boring.
just gonna end it here because I actually have to go and get dinner now.
Hurry up and talk. Oh, look at the detail on Haskell's face. You can really see what living with Sheagarth has done to him. He looks like Marley's ghost there.
I mean, this is the first time you're seeing the remastered,
This is the first
isn't it?
time I've seen any of this, and the detail and the expression on the face, he just looks so weary, so put upon.
Well, it's been almost 20 years, so we've had a lot of ability for technical advancements from there. So
Yes. And
What is she holding actually? Like what is that? It's the thing, the fan, the fan's hair.
Sleeves there, the little Seinfeld puffy sleeves.
now,
The
what would you say
adoring
your
fan.
favorite role has been for?
Yeah,
Oblivion,
man.
Or which character do you feel like you gravitated the most towards?
Well, that's the thing. People ask me all the time, who's your favorite character to play this? And that's
Be
the
nice
because
to the adoring
you do
fan,
little
because he is
yourself every role
your
you do.
number one
Right?
fan, Ricky.
These are all like my children. So
Once you meet
I
him.
mean, I love Lucian. I love Sheagarth. I love them all for very different reasons. I remember working with Mark Lampert for this game.
But yeah, like I'm excited. I'm excited. Don't know. I'm not gonna play it today because actually, let me go to this screen now because we're gonna end real soon. But yeah, basically, Thursday I'm going to have to dog sit. I'm gonna have to dog sit for a friend. You know, he works the nights. So what I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna take my PlayStation over there. I'm gonna try, hopefully, if I still have the subscription, I'm still gonna stream something. But if I don't, then I don't really know what I'm gonna do. Maybe get one more month of the subscription or something. I don't know. Or maybe get Game Pass, but then I won't be able to use it on my PlayStation. So we'll see. Right now, I have something planned. Like I wanna stream there while I sit on his dog, basically. And yeah, that's what's coming up. You want to kill the fan? You already met him? Well, you can kill the fan. So that's also something I always thought about Oblivion and Morrowind. Like Morrowind has this system where you can even kill the people that are not supposed to be killed, you know? Like you can kill a main quest character and then Your save will be fucked, but you can still play on if you want. And I feel like that is a feature that they should have never taken out. Like, I would love to play Oblivion and, fuck up my save. Like, I wouldn't do it for a whole playthrough, but, like, give the players the option. Because, now people just have to do a mod or something where they can kill someone. But, sometimes you do want to kill the guys that are unkillable. So I feel like it's such an easy implementation as well. Like, just put it on everyone is killable mode, and then be careful. Like, it gives you more options. But yeah, I doubt they're gonna have it in this game. Probably gonna have to get a mod for it. The children, like, I don't even know if Oblivion actually has children. Now that I think about it. I know Fallout, like you start Fallout 3 as a kid, but yeah, I don't know if they have children, but if they have children, I feel like you should be able to kill them. We're all desensitized here. Come on, we're not real killers. We wouldn't do this in real life. Let us kill the kids. That's what I would say. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna have to go and get dinner, so I gotta go. So thank you for being here, Ricky. I hope you have a lovely time playing Oblivion. And I'll probably stream some more on PlayStation later this evening. So enjoy the game. And to everyone else who came by, I don't know if it was a lot of people, probably not, but to those few that came in, thank you so much. And I have to go now, so bye.